You ready?
Hi.
You ready?
Right.
Have I just blown everybody's speakers?
Yeah.
You're blowing my mind.
Welcome to Moor Art Gallery's first birthday and AMPjam's first birthday as well. It's a co-birthday.
We've got the sirens on and everything.
It's massive.
Have you cut the sound out or something?
Do you want us to fill in?
Oh yeah, we can't hear you now. Oh, no worries. Well, anyway, I thought about making a party hat because I couldn't justify like the £5 that it was for party hats. So I used some acid-free paper, and then I was going to do some things. But now it looks like a princess poster hat. Not quite a party hat. There you go.
Gareth is properly gone. There might be an actual fire where he is. So who knows?
We're broadcasting live on YouTube. So let's take some comments. We've got a lot of happy anniversary. That's from Chris Norman. That's nice. Yeah, it was a fire alarm, I think, because of his party popper, which puts me off. I did have a little cake here with a 7 because I couldn't find the 1. They didn't have them anymore because I suppose it's the most popular number. And I bent it down, but I'm a bit nervous now about anything smoke. So so question.
I'm so pleased I didn't put the effort in, to be honest. I just got a badge and that's not going to put off any fire alarms. So
we've got some comments about our balloons. There you go.
Cool.
You get a better view. I tried to go for AMPjam colours with the balloons, but
good effort.
Yeah,
I bought
not quite. It looks like it's back now. What did you buy?
Just balloons.
Balloons.
They're poor. As the 15 pack, don't recommend. A lot of them popped, and they didn't go very big. There were some failed ones, like tiny. That's not even worth it. So, Asda do better.
Asda do better. Well, we've got one comment telling us to introduce ourselves. So I'm Keir Young. I'm a poster collector, like everybody in the comments, but I'm not an artist. I decided one day that I wanted to get involved in all this poster shenanigans. So I started a podcast, and that's how I met James. Who is an artist?
Yes, I am of sorts. I'm an artist of sorts, and I'm a collector as well. And yeah, we banged our heads together, and we both were like, "This seems pretty good. This gallery game,
yeah."
I know some artists who might be interested. There's underrepresentation in certain areas. Can try and put that right. I think the UK could do with another gallery, even though Vice Press are amazing. And in the early days, we had help from James Henshaw at Vice Press, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Big help.
Yeah.
And still is. So yeah, you do this stuff way better than me. Yeah.
I'm just letting you gas a little bit. But yeah, I think the thing is, we initially, for myself, when I was thinking about getting into starting a gallery, I was thinking about what is it that I want? What do I want to get from a gallery myself? And how can we then do that for poster collectors, you guys? So stuff like getting stickers. I love it when I get a little freebie in a tube or in anything. So stickers is something that we are going to try and get better at as well, actually, because that's not been super successful recently. We started pretty well, yeah. But going forward, there'll be a lot more stickers, that's for sure.
The price of stickers went up, guys, with Brexit. The price of stickers, everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Crazy.
We're actually going to be doing some fridge magnets as well soon. I found a fridge magnet supplier, so I mean, who doesn't want? You guys
tell us in the comments. Do you guys like fridge magnets? This is good, marketing,
Yeah, absolutely. If you want little bits of artwork on your fridge, I know I do. So, we'll come to that as well.
Clay, it's the big thing, isn't it? Clay or fridge magnet. That's the big debate
Totally.
at the moment.
Yeah. So yeah, and then looking at we in terms of working with artists as well, we are not really strict when it comes to art direction. Like we were listening to Matt Ferguson yesterday talking about being very strict with his art direction and giving Dolly a lot of not Dolly, sorry, Florey, a lot of hard work, and other artists. But maybe that's something we need to do because it seems to be working for Vice Press. So,
well, I'll do that with Matt Griffin because when we worked with him on a War of the Worlds piece, I gave some art direction, which I think we improved the piece on. But yeah, I might try a Matt Ferguson approach. That might be good.
Yeah,
might be fun.
It's like a flogging. You just carry on beating them until you've got what you want.
Yeah,
that's what we'll do.
When lockdown's out, like I'll turn up the house with a proper whip and everything.
Absolutely,
some fun.
So I don't know if you're capable of showing the pictures, but I don't think we are we? Because Gareth is
no, we don't have share screen on, unfortunately. And there's a fire at
absolutely
at HQ.
I tell you what I'll do. I'll look at the.
Have you got any? Have you got? You've got the prints there, so you can like.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'll just open up what we were meant to be showing. So I think the very first print.
Yeah, was a freebie.
It was. Let's see if I can find one of those.
It's quite fun.
Yeah.
So our very very first print was by Andrew Swainson.
There we go.
And this one was given away to anyone who purchased through the first AMPjam, like the first week, or was there a code? Can't remember.
There was a code. Monolith or something we used.
Yeah.
So we have got a few, and we're doing a giveaway, aren't we? If you use our offer code, which we'll give away at some point. And we'll stick one of those in. Absolutely. Andrew Swainson.
Yeah, so they're fantastic. It's basically the first. Everything we do is licensed, apart from artist original art. So this was our first sort of like license range, and it was for Stranger Things, Netflix Stranger Things. Do you have any of those, Keir?
I do. I feel like I'm on. What's it called?
YouTube?
Well, I am on YouTube. Yeah. What am I on? Crystal Maze. Like I'm running around. Do you want a skill or a physical? Do you want to? Cool. Yeah. So this was this. You gave me this actually. This isn't what the print is like. This was yours that you gave me. I should be actually showing ones that are up for sale. I didn't realize my legs. I didn't realize my legs were going to be on show, and I've got double denim on. I'm quite embarrassed now. We've got one. This was one of our prints from the amazing Freya Betts. There we go. We got that to hand.
So these were Giclée prints, or Giclée prints, on very expensive paper. I was kind of thinking, if Gareth asks us, have you learnt anything from the first year, it's not to underprice Giclée, because these were super cheap for the quality that they are.
Absolutely. And I damaged this one. When I was numbering this one, I damaged it because I had the pencil was too sharp. So that is a lesson learned as well. When you number things, you have relatively blunt pencils because that's just a wasted print now that, it came in use now. There you go.
There we go. But yeah, if anyone's interested, the fine art standard for numbering and signing prints is a 2H pencil. That's the Fine Art Guild standard.
Nice.
There you go. I've done my homework, guys. Right.
So we don't have a copy of. We don't have a copy of Adam's Storecards, unfortunately, because they all went. And we don't have any of. Is Gareth coming back? But we'll just carry on going for the time being. We had the cotton candy dinosaurs, but we don't have any of those either because we print those to order. But we do have a Miragaya going somewhere. There we go.
Yeah, so we're very proud.
It's
okay. It looked fun.
Oh, it was so fun. Yeah, don't use party poppers beneath the fire alarm is the It was loud.
That was a nice big print as well.
we're kind of pleased to be the guys that like showed Miragaya to the world this time last year as well.
Yeah,
with
part of his like new style. We were the one of the first galleries to have it, weren't we?
Yeah, and it's an amazing piece. I love it. I've got a copy up myself. Really want to work with Sharm again. He's a busy guy now, as you can imagine.
He is a busy bee.
Absolutely.
We say that, but you say he's busy, but he's been in the comments section on every video.
I know. He's not very well, is he? Though. So
he's not, and he's just gone whoop whoop. So I think that's a sign. As I say, we've been doing. I think that.
When George says we're like the Chuckle Brothers, which I don't know whether to take as a huge insult or a huge compliment.
Is one of us dead? Is that the implication?
James, too soon.
Sorry, man.
I would take whoop whoop, meaning that's sign off of a yes. That's a yes.
There we go. That's good.
Oh, great, cool. Thank you. Someone screen grab that. Screen grab that now.
Yeah, I'll
we'll get that sorted.
Take a photo of it now, and I'm going to.
That's fantastic.
I've just had my office manager tell me, "Don't do another party popper yet." Fair.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So we can restart, or you can carry on.
We'll just carry on.
Yeah. We were to Ryan, weren't we?
We were.
Ryan's dinosaurs.
But, with his dinosaurs. All right.
Do we have? Is Key like off putting the fire out?
She's going to bring some images up for you. There we go. We're going to bring up the candy dinosaurs now.
Oh, nice.
Ryan Shoemate, we had him on Friday. It was great to have him. And we shared some Jurassic stories and love of dinosaurs generally. Love these.
Yeah, they're really beautiful prints. And my mum actually bought a set and put them up in my old bedroom.
That's cute.
There you go. So they would have been great in my bedroom when I lived there, but a decade ago, but not now. Anyway, I had plenty of posters on the wall back then, that's for sure.
Again, Ryan will be working with us again on a new property, which we can share at the end of today, I guess.
Sweet.
Yep, pretty exciting.
The next stage was the Stormtrooper by Luke Priest, which is our first screen print.
Mm-hmm. So this was from our license that we work with Shepperton Design Studios, where the chap that was working on the original A New Hope, there was a bit of a complication. It's not really anything to do with me, but it meant that he ended up getting the rights to 3 characters from Star Wars. And they agreed to work with us and let us make some pretty impressive posters with Luke Priest. He was like just an easy decision to make for me personally, because I think I discovered him through when he worked with Dan Mumford. So it was always a bit of a bucket list in the idea of the gallery. So our very first screen print was done with him, and this foil one, which I don't have, James has one, is a beautiful print, and it looks amazing in person.
Yeah, we probably could have done like double the edition size on that one, to be honest, and it still would have sold out.
And here's another color variant, guys.
Well, we do have the other two variants available.
Still available.
The green and the red. All right. So those are available if you would like to purchase one. But that's been a really fun license to work on, hasn't it? It's been very restrictive for artists because you're not allowed to step on Mickey Mouse's toes. So it really kind of breeds, limitations breed creativity. So you basically, I don't think you'll probably ever see more Luke Priest style condensed line drawing in one body, I don't think. Yeah, because it was
literally a celebration of the outfit and nothing else. But he still managed to get the binary suns kind of like sneakily in there, and it got approved. So because
you can't own suns, you know.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You can't.
Not even 2.
Absolutely.
The next image was another series that we decided to do, which was books. So this one was War of the Worlds. This was with Matt Griffin. It was super cool to work with. The amount of just great designs that he would send through and then be like, no, I'm not sure on this one. And then he'd send another like fantastic design through. Like we could have put out 3 posters with him. Like so incredibly talented. So yeah, this one, we have a limited version of this, but it also opened up a new series that we did. Was like, it was kind of like, we called it Open Book Edition. So they're A3 size, a lot easier to frame. And $19.99, a bargain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just making it a little bit more. One of our things was to make the prints a little bit more accessible to people. So this was kind of part of that.
Like normally, a 60, like if an 18 by 24 wouldn't fit on that little area, but we've got an A3 print there by Travis Knight, and a little 8 by 8 print there from Dakota. It puts that wall to great use, you know.
Do you own the that one, don't you, Gareth?
I do. I still need the 3D glasses though.
Oh, I knew you were going to say this. I don't carry on meaning to say you know.
I have a few pieces from you guys, and the Bella Grace Stormtrooper piece is I think it's my girlfriend's favorite print. So
that's really cool.
That's probably the print I'm the happiest with, the quality wise, because the blues that come off it are just super vibrant, and the printing of that one was nailed. Like
Bella she's so professional.
Yeah,
Bella put so much work into like doing the work that I would then do, like setting it up for print. She kind of did that all herself. She was like, she's incredibly easy to work with. And I shouldn't be saying this because all of the galleries will be working with her now. Like Vice Press have obviously found this out. She's just fantastic, like super professional, attention to detail, and super creative as well. So
we hope to have her with us next year as well, joining us next year. But at the moment, she's otherwise engaged. Muragai has just asked a question, which I thought, obviously I know you're showing your thing, but it would just be good because it's a good question. With a bunch of galleries offering alternative pop culture art now, what are Moor Art doing to offer something new and unique to the space? And the reason I wanted to put that question in is because I think as you're showing your work, it's a good one to sort of say, well, this is how we're doing it, you know. So yeah, if you want to keep that in mind as we continue our journey through, it's a good one from Muragai.
Yeah, absolutely. I think. Like we said about not being too strict on art direction, and letting the artists, you know, come up with their ideas, and also restricting them in other ways, like with the license and what they're allowed to do. It's getting a balance there. And also we are focusing on really collectability now. Like I know that we all love limited edition posters, but when discussing it with the artists, this whole industry is so reliant on sellouts, isn't it? Like, if something comes for sale on Bottleneck Gallery, I hate to put it down to money, but it's not necessarily about the money. It's more the fact that it's gone, and then it makes you feel special because you were there before. So that's one thing we've been trying to focus on, is that making it more collectible in doing like smaller edition sizes. And yeah, just trying to get the unboxing experience as well for the collectors. Improved.
That's something we definitely want. We want to kind of starting with the next release, I guess, will be putting in some literature just to talk about the type of print, how that print has been printed, and why. Because you know, there's this big divide at the moment, supposedly, about screen print versus giclée versus lithograph, and then you've got digital print, which is supposedly different to giclée. So I think it'd be good just to kind of explain why the print has been printed in that way, what advantages it has, and then also how to look after it. at the end, because new people to the community, might not know that stuff.
Yeah, that was something that really irritated me when I'd be reading on the Facebook groups, and people being like, "Oh, you don't do that with a print, and you can't. This is a screen print, and it needs to be looked after like this and that." And I'm like, "You're telling me not to do it, what not to do, but you're not telling me what to do." And like it's very confusing. It's like, how do you look after a piece of paper? Like, you keep it out of the sun, you don't pour a drink on it. But apart from that, like, what else can you do with it? So yeah, we've been doing our own research. And
you see the term archival around everywhere, and it's just sort of like explaining what exactly that means and the type of inks that have been used on that print, how many years, if they're kept, out of strict UV, that will last, and just little things like that. And also something that we've majorly wanted to do from the start, and we feel like we're kind of successfully doing, is giving a chance for new artists to work on licensed prints. There's a lot of galleries, like the kind of like starter galleries, will be unlicensed work, and we feel like we should be giving people the chance to do licensed work straight off the bat with a completely fair 50-50 split of profit as well. That just feels like it's the right thing to do. Recently there's been some exposure of things which aren't like that. We want to keep things as small as possible, not let things get out of hand too big, keep things under control, basically. That seems like a totally fair way to, and sensible way to run a gallery,
Yeah, because without the artist, there's no poster. You can have all the licenses in the world, but without a good artist or, a fresh take on something, you don't have anything. And that was a real shock, wasn't it? Like some of the the biggest galleries, they don't pay. You get paid in prints. And while they can say, if it has their seal of approval that's good, you want this, as soon as the artist might have some APs, it's kind of like, well, everyone's kind of forgotten about it a little bit. But some artists can't say no because they need that exposure. Whereas we, like James said, we're 50-50. We need the artists just as much as they need the licensed work. So, yeah, we want to be the gallery we want to see, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like, when in songwriting, I think I always said that phrase, like, write what you want to hear. So, so I totally get that. It's about it's like if you asked someone, well, what should you do? It's like, well, what do you think you should do? What do you feel is right to do? What do you do what you think is right? And if it's wrong, then you'll find out.
Exactly. As an artist myself, I thought like the only way that I could get into any kind of gallery work was doing unlicensed work, which then would put me at a disadvantage if I wanted to work with, say, Bottleneck or Grey Matter or Mondo, because they might shun artists for having done unlicensed stuff, and when it comes to like the big properties, they might say, you've done unlicensed stuff. That's a kind of a big no for us. So to give newer artists a chance at licensed work, there seems to be a big gap for that, and that's something which we're filling, hopefully. It's been a few artists that have come through us who are now going up the levels, so that's really cool to see as well. Yeah,
we're like the first run. We'll take anybody. Just
yeah, anyone. Please, yeah. Anyone out there?
Well, it's funny you should say, because I had some sketches that I wanted to know.
Another good example of that would be Freya Betts, which is probably the next image that you have. Mm-hmm. Freya's always been a part of like the social group, as I've come up as an illustrator, and also was interviewed by Keir on the podcast, on the Moor Art podcast. So we had the Stanley Powell license, which he set up before his passing. this was a huge edition, wasn't it? This was something like 300, so there's still quite a few available of that. But it's also been one of our most popular prints as well.
Yeah, in terms of like one print and not including any variants, that's our most popular one so far.
Freya's just incredible. She's great at like her likeness. She's just got such a, I don't know, something about her stuff.
Yeah. There's all other artists that do like great likeness, but there just seems to be something about what Freya can do. And I remember when we were talking about her like working on this project, we were like, why is she a post party member? And yeah, that was already being sorted out. So it's great to see that she's going on and doing loads of work for Disney now as well. So that's really great for her.
Yep, Royal Mail, Disney, Netflix. It's awesome.
Unfortunately, she was meant to be here for a session earlier in the day, but unfortunately she's a bit unwell. So hopefully we'll have her next year, and we'll have even more art to talk about. Oh, even more art!
No way! It's almost like it works.
It's almost like, yeah.
Yeah, get well soon, Priel.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and then another, well, I think it's our next one, was like a huge deal for me. Not so much James, because James likes to tease me about how much of a fan of Dan Mumford I am. Because James went to uni with Dan Mumford.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm like, Dan Mumford, he's going to work with us.
Yeah. Yeah, Kira's a huge fanboy. Yep.
Yeah, a huge fanboy, absolutely. Because he was like one of the first artists that I saw that started, that got me into like poster collecting.
And what was that? What pieces were they with them?
It was the AMC Force Awakens ones back in
That's
like.
how I became aware of them too.
Absolutely, and I saw those and I was like, those are incredible. I have to have them. But there was no AMC cinemas near me, so I had to buy them on eBay, which was actually cheaper in the long run than going and watching The Force Awakens 4 times an hour. But yeah, like that for me. And then like we've had a few meetings with him, and I'm always like, what like before we even talk about like what we're going to be potentially working on, I've been like, what's releasing? Like, I want to see what's coming out. Like, just being that proper nerd and being like, I want to see it before anybody else sees it. But yeah, you can't help it because he's just so good.
Yeah, again, Dan will be working on a few upcoming pieces as well, possibly a collaboration as well with another artist.
Awesome.
Then we move on to Nan Lawson, who I think has produced some of the best work for the gallery, in my opinion, or my favourite work. So yeah, we like Matt Griffin, we offered her a chance to do the open book posters. She came back with Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which I think is a hugely underrated print. I think this is amazing. We've had some photos of people who have bought it and framed it, and it looks stunning, really, really amazing. So again, this has a G-Clay edition, which is quite small. And then it has the open run as well, A3 size, kind of pretty open. Kind of like Vice Press. It will be an edition, so one day it will be shut off, but it will be a long, long, long time. But yeah, after we got this back, I was just like, wow, this is something we haven't had at the gallery. You know, this kind of style, this kind of feel. So we invited her to produce Stormtrooper series, which is the next image. And these went down an absolute storm. Like as soon as she said, like, this is my idea for it, I was just like, I know. I was trying to be really subtle. But yeah, the idea was, I think she presented the idea and then a small sketch, and it was just like, whoa, I would buy these like straight away. They're such a good idea. And then she explained how she wanted to put them across like a classical kind of painting feel. but yeah, they're
Yeah,
fantastic.
they're beautiful. We have literally one of the Stormtrooper left.
Go get it now, guys. I
yeah,
think some
I'd
of
say
the
there's
people
just
have said
one.
that they've bought prints during this show by the
Yeah,
sounds of it.
yeah, we
So-
had an order, and I think that was I was actually going to talk about. I think there's like a feminine element that is kind of missing from the poster scene, and I think that Nan and Bella Grace, like they both really fill that. Really,
it's very
really
like
well.
romantic element, isn't it? It's quite.
Matt Taylor's showing
There-
some love for Nan there. She said, absolutely love
Absolutely.
Nan's work. We need more work from her.
There are still 2 characters from the Star Wars series that we can offer Nan. We were talking about it with Tom yesterday, I think. So maybe I'll give Nan a chat.
Because she
yeah.
had some APs as well for these, and they just like went like that.
Yeah,
It's,
the big
crazy.
thing is, with our Stormtrooper prints, they can't be sold in the US because of the big mouse. So that's been another thing we've learned, is the importance of being able to sell in America. I mean, it's something that we kind of knew already, but we didn't know how important this was.
The US collectors are absolutely savage, just chomp at the bit for stuff. And they'll order it, and it's like it's not available, and it's like we're gonna have to cancel your order.
Yeah,
And
and we
okay,
really
thought I'd
appreciate
try.
it as well. It's like it's
amazing,
such a like heart-rending thing to do, to be able to have to say, "I'm so sorry. If there's any other way that we could get these to you, like we would do it."
Yeah.
The Nan had her APs of these, and they were gone. Like, I think she put them up double the price, and they were just gone. They're so insanely good. Really, really beautiful. So fingers crossed, there might be a couple more Stormtrooper pieces from Nan. She seemed keen, so that's a good sign.
There's some other like licenses we'll talk about soon, but that I think she could do something interesting on. But it's up to her, really.
Yeah, as with pretty much every artist we've worked with, like we'll offer up the licenses now because they've all been so good to work with. Really, really good.
Michael Leventhal just said that's where PBs come in on the whole US thing, and I completely agree, because we obviously, as collectors in Britain, we often have to rely on PBs in order to get various posters, and it can go the other way.
Absolutely, we did start an incentive for it, which was anything in our Star Wars work. If you bought 2, you got a 10% discount. So that could go either of 2 ways. You could give a 20% discount to the UK poster buddy who then sends it off, or however you want to do it. But yeah, we just sort of tried to do that as an incentive for UK poster buddies to get involved.
Yeah, from now on, licenses that we take up and have taken up will be inclusive of USA. And that's something that we really want to like hammer home, so people don't think we're a gallery who are just going to sell to Europe and the UK. Yeah. Do we have the Bella Grace?
Yep.
So that was the one. Yeah, and that one comes with a pin, and a hard enamel pin that Bella created as well. And that's been that pin has been the biggest challenge for approval since the gallery started.
Absolutely. How many different words were put on there to illustrate the clonk?
Double figures. It says bump. I don't know how clearly it comes across on YouTube, but just underneath the Stormtrooper who's kind of like holding his head, it was the one who kind of like bumped his head, obviously, in A New Hope. But yeah, we had so many different words. They just kept saying no to the word, like
It's Luke
underneath.
that does that.
Sorry?
It's Luke that does that.
The bumps his head.
No, it's a.
When he come in.
Is it when he has the
they
trooper
can't speak
outfit?
to him, so they on the comms tower they can't speak to him, and they're like, why can't I speak to this person? And he just like signals. Or it might be Han, but it's like the whole point is like he's pretending his helmet's dodgy, and that's why he's not talking.
I don't know. There is a scene where a trooper like in the background bumps his head.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, and then George Lucas redid it for Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones, the best Star Wars movie. when he's going into the slave one.
Here is a prequel like lover, by the way.
I'm a prequelist.
Don't hold that against us.
I love the prequels. They're the best. I'm just trying to see if I've got anything prequels to have.
I mean, Attack of the Clones is the worst of the prequels as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, here we go. To hand, I've got the prequels. There we go. I mean, I even have 2 copies of Revenge of the Sith.
those are the 2 copies. Oh,
that's it. One to open and one to keep as a collector's edition. There you go.
So yeah, that's been the biggest challenge, finding the right word, because they said no to Bop. Bop was the original, and they said it's a dance. They'll think that the trooper is dancing, and we went through so many. And if Bella's out there watching, like, I've apologized so many times, but again, so sorry for that.
It was really hard work. All right. Our next piece, we're actually, as part of AMPjam, we're going to be giving a copy of this away. This was James' idea, which was a very good idea, that you can get a copy. So I don't know if it's on the screen yet.
Yep, it is.
But it's, Vance Kelly's...
wrong one.
I've got raids.
Oh, is it the wrong one?
Is it raids that is that... Which one are you giving away,
I forgot about the raid.
We can give away a raid, and we can give away a bounce, can't we, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to do 2 or 1?
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something for people to buy, or else we're giving everything. I won't buy that one because I might get that one. But yeah, we can give away a copy of that, no problem. But yeah, like, this was an exciting one for us as well, because the thing about Chris Thornley, his work, is that he always uses foil. And to us, it seems a bit silly to have the foil as a variant that's more limited than the original, because the foil is basically what the work is based on, isn't it? That was our idea, wasn't it, James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It seemed like a bit of a no-brainer with Chris. He's always been super, super friendly in person and via the internet. I love all of his previous Star Wars pieces. So he was one of the first people that I started talking to when we got this license through.
I've got a comment from Mr. Thornley which says Raid 71 is God. So, oh no, he's corrected it to good.
Yeah, it's good. Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Both are fine, you know.
Yeah. Raid is a good God.
He's one of the good gods in the multiverse.
Yeah, in the multiverse, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be doing some more work with Chris as well.
Should be, fingers crossed. I'll put pressure on Chris now for Thought Bubble. Yeah,
absolutely. That's what we need it for. And he's got his APs as well that I'm sure he'll put up for sale at some point. So, yeah, keep your eyes out for that.
See, all comments posted in the comments section of these YouTube videos are legally binding. So,
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Absolutely.
And then the final image. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one are we on now? Are we on Vance's? Because I'm watching. I've got the live streamer, but then
do you want us to show Vance now? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Vance.
Yeah.
There we go. I've got one of these up myself because that is my. Not that I'm putting everybody up, but that was one of the ones that I was like flipping it. Like some of these artists, like the restrictions you put on them, and then the creativity that they actually show is just insane. Like every time I look at that one, I'm always like flipping it. Like we actually put that out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that one's a really small edition as well, and it is like fantastic. And Vance Kelly is God. Sorry, Chris Thornley. He's a really, really nice guy. And it's obviously a shame with the weather, I think it was, that meant he couldn't pop on Friday. But yeah, fantastic guy. And would like to work with him as well. Again, at some point.
So suppose now, we'll talk about going in the future now?
Yes, I would.
Because
I think we'll do so we've got 2 surprises, right? Two
Absolutely,
two previews.
Yeah, so should I just take this one, James?
Yeah.
Yeah? So basically, the first meeting that we had with anybody as a gallery was Hasbro. And we met with this chap, Ben. And he was just like, yeah, great. Like, the work that you're showing us is fantastic. Like, yeah, we'll work with you. And then it took about a year to get the deal into, signed and what have you, because obviously little guys like us working with huge corporations that own the vast majority of all pop culture, besides Disney, obviously. It takes quite a bit of working. But yeah, we were absolutely staggered, and we got it work. We got the deal done, and then we started producing. Getting some work produced, and then we've just been blown away because we've got Transformers and Power Rangers, Mr. Potato Head. We've got My Little Pony, which was one I wanted specifically because
I didn't know all of these names. I knew a couple of them.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah,
Mr. Potato Head.
I was like, did you see my eyes go? You saw my eyes go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I think a Gab's Mr. Potato Head is going to be on the cards.
But I remember seeing Matt Taylor on his Instagram story put up a picture of him. I think he was drawing something with his daughter, and he drew My Little Pony. And I was like, right, if we get this to work, I'm getting My Little Pony, and I'm going to offer him it. And then we offered it a bunch of different artists, and they're like, oh no, I don't think it's so. But then we actually had a word with Matt Taylor, and he was like, my daughter would love that. So it probably will be a while before we get it in the works. But I was like, absolutely. Like if we can get a My Little Pony from him, then that would be absolutely awesome. Yeah.
So should we show something?
Yeah. So we have a couple of prints that are finished. We can preview two of them today. The first is by Juan Ramos. This is actually like, I don't know, about a quarter of the piece, maybe.
Yeah. I think this is going to be our biggest print, isn't it?
Yeah, this will be the first 24-36 screen print from us, and it's insane. We're talking about composition like this weekend. For me, like Juan Ramos is one of the best for composition. He seems to angles, from down below, from up top, where he places things, like characters are in very obvious positions, taking your eye up the piece, down the piece. He's like, this piece, like this just like epitomizes it really does. So I can't wait for people to see the whole thing. Hopefully it'll be within the next month or two on that one.
Matt Taylor's up for doing a My Little Pony, just so you know.
Yeah, like you said, the comments are legally binding, so it's already it's a done deal.
Yeah. AMPjam we do deals.
Absolutely. The craziest thing though is like you're using this. Like we've basically been focusing mostly on Transformers, and we've been talking like Juan Ramos. Who we said like, oh, we're thinking about doing a Transformers, and he was like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, oh, so he's a fan. So like obviously there's going to be like love there involved. But then when we saw it, we were like, oh my goodness, like flipping heck. Like I didn't expect it to be like potentially one of his best posters. And that's like, I am biased technically on it. But it's still an awesome poster. We can't wait.
It makes like opening the gallery worthwhile, that piece. Honestly, it's I should stop hyping it now because it'll say everyone up. But we also have so we have the opportunity to do like all sorts of stuff with Transformers, and we're also going to be releasing George Casudas. He has done a really nice Transformers Beast Wars piece, which is probably up there now as well.
Yeah,
that one will be one of the first releases, won't it, Keir? I think.
Yeah, that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we just wanted to just give a little little reveal before we have the specific date in mind. But alongside that, all being well, we're releasing another one. I don't think we have it to show, do we? But just
no. I didn't want
he's
to,
done.
because we don't know which way we're going with the variants yet, so I didn't want to show
Yeah.
one that we don't end up printing or something.
Yeah, but he's done a brilliant sound wave print, and we're super excited. We're hoping like Justin's going to become like a real, just a regular here at the gallery, because what he can do with like 2-3 colours, and the depth he's been able to produce has just been insane. And I think everyone should keep their eyes out for him.
Yeah, Justin Froning. He goes by House Bear all over the internet sphere. But yeah, really, really talented guy. And it's like, again, like I'm not sure why people haven't like tapped into his talent, because he knows a lot about screen printing, making the most of transparent layers, cross hatching, just a ton. Like, and his sound wave is so again, it surprised us. It took us back, didn't it? It was just like, whoa, really, really absolutely great.
Yeah.
And the other license as well, should we mention that?
Yeah. So we're working with Sega, which has been pretty crazy, really, because I was a Nintendo child I was a Nintendo kid, but I remember playing a lot of Sega at my dad's friend's house, and you could not get me off that Mega Drive. Like, I flipping loved Sonic. He was, I felt guilty for Mario, the amount of time I would think about spending with Sonic. So that's an exciting one. And we're doing a project with the Postal Posse. So it's Sonic's 30th anniversary birthday this year. He turns 30. So we've got some really exciting work coming out. I suppose we can talk about who's producing it, so you can keep your eyes out.
Yeah, we've got work from Doley, Sam Gilby. So it's basically everyone who you had on today. We've got 17th and Oak. Trying to think of the other ones that I haven't put in approval.
We've got Andy Fairhurst. He's done a really, really great one. And there are 30 rings in that one, specifically 30.
And Z?
Z as well. Yeah, she's done some cool work as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to that coming out, but we don't know specifically when just yet, because none of it's been approved. We're waiting for that to happen.
Apparently the Japanese just have lots of national holidays, apparently.
Yeah.
Just constantly, sorry, not approved yet, national holiday.
Absolutely, yeah. I suppose we've got a couple of other projects in the works for that next year as well. Juan Ramos mentioned that he'd like to do some Sonic stuff, so all being well, we'll see some intense Sonic from him, which I'm looking forward to.
I guess the last thing to say is there'll be licensed Halloween artwork through us as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there'll be a lot. Again, it's similar to the Stranger Things. It'll be with the Printed in Blood art book. But yeah, there'll be... it was a lot of prints, basically. There will be a lot. As if there wasn't enough Halloween stuff out there already. We'll be giving more away. Hopefully that will be around Halloween. So yeah, look out for that one as well.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Do you want to do the giveaway? Do you have a question?
Do you have a question?
I forgot about this part. So actually, we'll talk about our discount code first. There are a few people that have ordered stuff, but we will do some refunds of because we were going to do AMPjam, and it meant you get 15% off. But there has been a few orders so far, so we'll do we don't want to do. Yeah, I would feel really cheated if I was watching this, having ordered, and then found out that there was going to be a discount code. The 3 orders that we got during the show, we'll refund you 15% because we're those kind of guys,
So it's
it's AMPjam, all one word, all capitals, and it's 15%. What we were going to do is we would throw in one of the Vance Kelly's prints into one of the orders that were ordered using that code. Are we still good for that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. What's the question is? What is the best Star Wars film? And then I will pick a winner. Seeing what the comments are. You know the answer, guys. You know the
Is this
answer.
for Raid? Is this for the Raid 71 print?
This is for the Raid 71. You'll win a Raid 71 if you pick the best Star Wars film.
So the first person to put the name of that film in the comments section is basically cool. Well, I mean, at least they don't have to Google it. They're putting what they actually believe is the best film. So I think that the fact that they can't bring themselves to lie and do
Says
that,
everything.
We got Daniel.
Attack of the Clones, first person, Daniel Noakes.
There you go, Daniel Noakes.
I just want to say shout out to all the people who didn't put Attack of the Clones because they just refused to live that lie.
I was there on yesterday's live stream with watching Chris do his spray paint, and I was like, I want to see if I can win this, but no one will lower themselves to put Attack of the Clones for that long. I don't know. Yeah, even Justin put Empire. Cheeky rascal.
I assume the Vance Kelly is the giveaway within the tubes, right?
Yeah, that'll be going in the tubes. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So,
but
no, go on.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say thanks for having us. Like, this has been a blast, and especially last year, like it's been crazy, and I can't wait for next year as well.
Yeah, sorry about our fire alarm issue.
No, that was great.
All right.
The whole point was this was going to be like a sharing our happy birthday and whatever, and now I'm just getting stress hiccups. So, thank you guys, and there's a capital letters AMPjam. You've put the code in wrong to the into the chat, but if we just so thank you for being here, thank you for joining us, and thank you everyone for watching. We've got our next session with Ollie Moss, Jock joining Uniquely Geekly, and Matt Taylor is coming in. He's in the comments section, so he's going to have to nip out of there in order to have a talk with us.
I even put his work up because I thought it wasn't going to come in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, strip it down now.
Okay. Sorry. Cheers, guys.
That's really good. Thank you so much.
See you later, guys. Stay safe. See you next year.
Bye.